special bonus episode of the On the Runs podcast. My usual co-host Eric couldn't be here today, so I am joined by a special sub-in co-host who has just come off of a whirlwind trip running around the Mitten states. I am wicked excited to have Pterodactyl joining me today. Tara, what's up?
Hey, that was really good, Eric.
Nailed
She's coming
it.
for you. She's coming for you.
What's
What's going on?
I'm doing okay. I've had a week myself, but yours was way more fun than mine. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, it was wild. Like you said, I ran the Mitten states, and that was all thanks to you. I would have never, I know that there's that running, and I use Running in the USA to find a lot of road races.
Yeah.
But I had never heard of or even envisioned myself doing back-to-back half marathons. And you did it last year, and I was very intrigued by it. So, of course, I signed up.
See, not so scary.
No. And you know what's fun? It's you do things all the time because it's in your comfort zone, and then you do something that you've never done before, and it's all the feels. And I had no idea how it was going to go. I've never ran back-to-back long runs, and we did a training run. We ran 10 and 10 back-to-back, but it's still that extra. It's still a 5K. So it was very I don't know, I was nervous, but I was also you know what, worst case I can just walk. So
Yeah.
I didn't really know what to expect going into it, but I kind of killed it.
Fuck yeah, you did. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, I was proud of myself. I cried at one point because I was just holy shit, I'm doing this. You just doubt yourself.
Those doubts creep in. It's really easy to do that, but I'm glad that it all turned out well, and I cannot wait to hear all about it. So I hope you're ready to do some sharing on the pod today.
Oh, I have quite some stories, and I know some of our listeners and viewers, Instagram followers, saw I had a special guest come out there, so I'll tell you all about that too. So, but yeah, so it's Thursday right now that we're recording. I'm actually hopping on another plane tomorrow.
Girl.
And I am flying out to Indiana, and I'm running the Indy Mini 500. So Eric, you'll love this. I am running the Brickyard. We actually run into the Indy 500 racetrack at mile 7.
No way.
Yeah. So running another half marathon this weekend. I kind of overbooked myself this year. So 3 half marathons in 8 days.
Holy shit. You are nonstop.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I'll just go right into it. So last weekend, so I went with my friend Jen, which Jen has yet to be on the podcast, maybe one day. But we actually booked this trip because you told me about it, and I was very intrigued by it. I love the idea.
It's really perfect if you are trying to do all the states because it's in a weekend and it just bangs out 2 at the same time. So it's cost effective, or at least it's not as bad as if you had to do 2 separate whole trips. And so
absolutely.
It works out that way.
Yeah, that was honestly the appeal to it, because it was let's bang out 2 states in one weekend. And you made it sound really fun. And I know that you went with Brandon.
Yep.
And so I was like, Jen, let's go. I'm we'll rent a car. We'll, road trip, all this. And I was asking you, we both signed up, and I was like, okay, so the cool part about signing up is that if you're the first person from your state to sign up for the Wisconsin one, you get, if you're running the half, you get half off. And if you're running the full, you get your full race entry fee refunded. So that was really cool. So I hope nobody from the race director people are listening, because Jen claimed Vermont as her residency because her dad still lives there.
Loophole.
So, yes. So the race was $80, but we only paid $40.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
I'll never tell a secret safe with me.
Yeah. Shh. But so for those of you that don't know the challenge, it's called the Earn Your Mittens Challenge. And if you do the full, you actually will get a pair of mittens at I think you get it at the first race.
Yeah, which is weird because I'd be like, bye, I don't need them.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I was like, that's weird. I'm like, you don't even have to run the second one. And then if you do the half, you don't get mittens, but you did get an additional medal, which I believe everybody gets an additional medal. But so, yeah, so we signed up and, we were good to go. And then we were in the process of booking our trip. And that's when I reached out to you because I was I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be like a logistic challenge.
Yes.
Because you're going to Wisconsin and then you got to go to Michigan.
Yes.
But it's like, do we go one way to Milwaukee and then one way home from Kalamazoo? Do we fly into Chicago and just drive a lot? So I think you did 2 one-ways last year, right?
Yep. I did the Milwaukee, and then we drove to Kalamazoo, and then we flew out of, I think it was Grand Rapids. So it was all like, it wasn't as much driving, but it's still that one little chunk in the middle that was quite a trip. Yeah.
Yeah, so we kind of looked it all up and I did all the math and stuff and I was like, let's just go to Chicago. So we ended up flying into O'Hare, which is, oh God, I hope I don't ever have to go back to that airport. But it was a direct flight, which was good.
Good.
So we left last Friday and we actually had issues at Manchester. So our flight,
what happened?
Yeah, our flight got delayed an hour and a half. So there was some switch, I guess, that wasn't coming on. And the plane, they boarded us on the plane and then we sat there for a minute and then they came back, they taxied and then they were like, you guys have to get off. We have a switch that's not coming on. So they had to like reset the plane and we were just like, oh my God. But it was like good that we were an early flight and like we had no connections or anything. So
yeah.
So that started out the trip, but we were like, whatever. So, but we flew into Chicago, then we got our rental car and then we just headed up to Kenosha and we went, I think we went right to registration because it was too early to check into our hotel. So we went there and we like had no idea what to expect. And we like walked into this museum and then it was like registration to the left. And we looked and it was like 3 tables. And we were like, oh, okay.
I hope you weren't expecting an expo. That's what it was like, for me.
Yeah. I'm like, I wonder what they're going to have in here. And it was nothing. But it was fine. So we picked up our stuff, got our bibs, our t-shirts. And well, actually, I forgot my t-shirt. I don't know how this happened.
Oh no.
We were like talking and I asked about the challenge and I was like, do we need to go somewhere special because we're doing the challenge? And then the woman I started talking and she forgot to hand me my t-shirt.
Oh, no.
And we got all the way back to the hotel and I was like, oh, I didn't get a t-shirt. But it wasn't, we were only staying 15 minutes away. So
gotcha.
But then we went to the hotel, we checked in and then we were like, you know what, let's just change because we were going to do a shakeout. So where the race bib pickup was right by the water and I was like, let's run on the water, it's really pretty. So we drove back there. I went and got my my t-shirt. Good. I was like, I swear, I was like, I didn't get one. I was like, I really need the t-shirt. But while this all happened, Jen and I pulled into the parking lot and we're getting out of the car and we hear this like massive crunch and I like look up and this woman just friggin' barreled into a car and Jen and I are like, we're like, did that just happen? And so we like kind of stood there. The woman like backed out again and then she pulled into the parking spot. She got out of the car and she looked at the car that she hit and then she got back in her car and she left.
No.
Yeah. And I was like,
hit and run.
Yeah, I was like, no way. And so I walked over the car and the whole like side, the back passenger tire, it was all scratched.
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, you got to be kidding me. So Jen and I did the right thing and we went inside and we were like, I don't know if it's somebody that works here at the museum, but we actually found the woman. She was volunteering at the expo.
God.
Expo. I say that lately. And I was like, somebody just smashed into your car and left. And I was like, they have cameras here. So we were just like totally like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. So that was kind of a random thing. But I was like, all right, karma. Because I was like, we got to go say something to somebody.
Yeah.
They're going to, you know, at least they have cameras there. So then Jen and I ended up doing a shakeout. We did 2 miles on the water. It was like super windy, but really, really pretty area. And then we get in the car and we're driving back to the hotel. And then all of a sudden, like my phone, it's like a Facebook Messenger call from Justin DeFlumeri.
Okay.
And Jen's like, who's that? And I was like, oh, it's this guy. He's been on the podcast and like, he's wicked funny. And I was like, let me just answer it. I don't know why he's calling me. So of course, in true, he's like, Tara. He's like, what's up? And I'm like, hey. And he's like, you're in Wisconsin? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, wait. And I'm like,
how did you
he's
know
like,
I'm
I saw
in
your
Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, I saw your Strava. He's like, I'm coming out. And I was like, you're what? He's like, I'm gonna hop on a plane. There's a Delta flight, and he's like, Sky Priority Delta. You know, he does this thing like he can fly he flies with his girlfriend, but he gets like Sky Priority, he calls it. So he boards first, he sits in the front, and he like totally he's like, I'm in first in line and Erin's behind me because I'm Sky Priority. So he's like, I'm gonna use my
Stand
points.
Up gentleman.
Yeah, I know. He's like, I'm gonna use my points. I'm booking a flight. He's like, send me the race info and your hotel. And I'm like, at this point, it's like 4:30 in the afternoon on a Friday.
Did they even allow that? I mean, they must have allowed for last minute sign up.
Yeah, so that's what I was.
Okay.
I was like, hold on. I was like, pump the brakes. I was like, let me make sure that they're doing race day registration. So next thing you know, he doesn't even wait for me. He sends me like a screenshot, and he's like, I'm in. And then he's like, wait, is this the right race? Because there's 2 races in Wisconsin tomorrow.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, oh my God, how do you function like this? Like, I can't. So then he like FaceTimes me on Facebook Messenger, and he's in his car in traffic, and he's like, I got my suitcase. I got a 5 o'clock flight out of Boston. I'm getting in at 9:30. And so I'm like, where are you staying? And he's like, oh, I'll figure that out. And I'm like, do you have a rental car? And he's like, yeah, I'll figure that out when I get there.
Oh my God.
So yeah. So I was like talking to Jen about it, and I'm like, he can stay in our room. And I'm like, you and I can hop in a bed if he wants to, whatever. But I offered that to him, but he was like, no, I don't want to put you guys out. Don't worry about it. So I didn't hear from him again. And then Jen and I we did our Olive Garden, had our pasta.
Yep.
Go to bed. I wake up, and he's like, is this the place where it starts? And I was like, oh my God. Like, yeah, like, did you not get a race email with all the information in it?
All right, I can fly by the seat of my pants just as well as anybody else, but that is another level that I don't think I will ever reach. Like,
no, I don't even think I would do that. Like, just hop on a plane randomly and go to a state.
I need to at least know like some details. Like,
yeah, exactly.
What time does the race start in the morning?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, oh my God. So Jen and I like head down. We're sticking to our schedule. We go down to the water, and it's like really cold out, and there's like a pretty gusty wind coming off Lake Michigan. So we park the car, and he's like, where are you guys? And I'm like, we're coming to the start. And I was just like, I can't believe you freaking flew out here and is doing this and mind you, he ran Boston on Monday.
Oh
and
my
he's
God.
like, yeah.
Wait,
he's
did
like,
he
I
do
can
the
barely
full
walk.
or the half? He did the full?
Oh, he did the half.
Okay.
Yeah. But he's like, I can barely walk, but we're going to see how this goes. Because he's trying to do a race in every state. So he's like, I don't have Wisconsin. I'm coming.
Wow.
Like, okay. So Jen and I go, we do our little warm up to the start line, and we're in line at the porta potties. So we told him. And then I look over to my right, and there is, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank. Bowers, Michael Bowers.
Mike, yeah.
And he's like, Ptara. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, pod fam. And I was like,
wow.
I totally remember you posting that you were going to Wisconsin, and I messaged him, and I'm like, and I was like, oh, we're doing the same race. But it like kind of just, I think Justin took up my brain, because I was just kind of like, oh my God, I can't believe he's coming out here. Yeah. So then Justin comes around the corner, and his true loud Justin, he's like, Ptara. I'm like, oh my God. And he's got a fake cigarette. So he's got a fake cigarette, and he's walking over.
What is the point? Like, what was the whole thought process between that? Did he tell you like why he had a fake cigarette?
No, I don't. I think it was just like for props, because he got his race photos, and in every single race photo, he has a fake cigarette in his mouth. And I was dying. I'm like, oh my God. And Jen is meeting this guy for the first time, and she's tears coming out of her eyes because she's laughing so hard.
That is a first impression.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it was fun. So the 4 of us, we just kind of met up, took a couple pictures, and it was just like, it was kind of a whirlwind of things. And then the race started, and it was it was a cool course. It was very, very flat. I know you marathoners had to do the course twice.
We sure did.
I don't know how you do that mentally. It would not do well.
It wasn't easy, but it was also very cold the day that I ran it too. So I'm bummed that you didn't get any better weather, but the wind was just absolutely wrecking people out there. It was smack in the face headwind any way you were. Like, didn't matter the direction. It was just like, here you go, have a headwind. So I'm bummed that it wasn't a little bit nicer for you.
I think you might have had a little bit colder weather than we did. It was in the 40s for us, like low 40s, which that is like my like chef's kiss weather. Yeah. But with the wind, I think it might have been a little bit in the 30s with that wind chill. And then there was some times where we would like come around a corner, and it was just like boom. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I feel like I'm not moving.
Right.
So it was pretty intense. But I ran in shorts and a short sleeve. I did have my arm sleeves on, but I didn't have like a hat or anything. But we did start out with little hand warmers in our hands.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I didn't think of any of that when I went, so you were at least a little bit more prepared. But I saw you rocking the Millennium singlet. Was that's this year's, right?
Yeah.
The pink one?
Yep.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, that's Girls on the Run.
Awesome.
So, and Jennan's a member, so we were like, let's just coordinate and wear the same thing. So
nice.
And it's pretty cool. Like, I love repping Millennium Running when we're in a different state. So it was fun to do. So yeah, and we ran the whole thing together. We kind of were just like, let's keep it chill, like nothing crazy. And Mike ran with us, I think, at the first 3 miles. And then I could tell, I'm like, Mike, just go. You don't need to hang with us. So I'm like, you're way faster than us. I was like, and I'm not trying. I'm like, I have to run another one of these tomorrow.
Yep,
so
be
keeping it conservative. So we did like really well. And there was like one little kind of sneaky hill at like 11.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
I was like, oh man. And then it was like right by the water too. And I was like, oh great. But I said to Jen, I was like, I kind of want to push mile 12. I was like, I think I got a little bit left in the tank.
Okay.
So we were running like around anywhere from like 950 to like 940s. And then I think mile 12, we ran like a 906.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because I was like, let's just push it. I was like, I just want to get this done with. I'm like, this wind is like really like hurting my soul.
I'm over it.
Yeah. So, but we ran that one. I think it was like around 2 hours and 8 minutes, which I was like so happy with.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And I was like, that's great. So we didn't stick around because it was so cold at the end. Like Jen and I were shivering and I was like, I got to get back to the car. So we went back to the car, but there was another piece to this puzzle.
Yes.
Justin was gone after that. He went back to the airport, went back home.
He was literally there for like 12 hours and that was...
Yeah. Yep. He's like, I'll be, I was like, hey, I'm like, we're not going to, cause he was behind us. He was a little slower.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're freezing. We got to go. So I sent him a message and I was like, hey, I'm sorry. I couldn't wait. And he's like, already on the way to the airport.
Holy
I was
shit.
like, all right, safe travels. Great to see you. So, but there was a woman, she emailed the race director and she was doing the Mittens challenge and she couldn't, I guess she was she flew into Chicago and she couldn't find a rental car that would let her take a rental from Chicago and drop it off in Kenosha because she did the 2 one ways and she was flying out of Kenosha. So, I mean, sorry, not Kalamazoo.
Yes.
So she still booked her trip, but she had no rental car. So she emailed the race director and was like, I'm looking for a ride from Kenosha to Kalamazoo. Can you reach out to the race participants and see if anybody can help out? I'm willing to pay. So the email came out like, I don't know, a week before we left. And I was like, well, it's a woman. And I'm like, she's a runner. So I'm like, we're going there. Let's just, I'll see if she wants to go with us.
And it's not like you were driving alone anyways. You had Jen. So it was the 2 of you and then another
exactly.
one. So that works.
Yeah. And I'm like, the running community, everybody, if it was a guy, I probably wouldn't have just because.
I get that.
And I hate
safety.
to like be that way, but like you never, I'm like, I just, whatever. But I asked Jen first and I'm like, are you okay with it? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. Yeah. She's like, hey, they're going to give us some gas money. So
any little bit helps at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which gas in Chicago, $5.49 a gallon.
Gross. That is bad.
Insane.
Don't go to California anytime soon, by the way.
Oh God,
it's even
no.
worse there.
Yeah, it's like $10. Stupid. So anyway, so I emailed her on, I don't even know when it was. It was the day that I got that email from the race director, and then I never heard from her. So I was just like, well, I guess she's fine or whatever.
Yeah.
So like the day before we left, I think it was last Thursday, I get an email from her and then a text message like via the cloud.
Okay.
And she was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I don't know how I missed this email. But I guess it went to her junk. And then she searched her junk with like mittens and stuff. And then my email came up. So long story short, we ended up connecting and she was doing the marathon. So she's like, she's like, I haven't trained. So I should probably, I'm not that fast. I'm going to be around 4 hours. And I'm like, not that fast. I was like, must be nice.
Yeah.
So Jen and I timed it perfectly. We left, we went back to our hotel, got a late checkout, showered, changed, got in comfy clothes because it was a 3.5 hour drive over to Kalamazoo. So we went back to, we got a free beer and a bratwurst at this bar.
Yes, I had that too, and it hit the spot. Like,
oh my God, the bratwurst was so good.
Delicious,
it was so good. Yeah. So I was like, let's have our beer and our brat, and I'll tell her to meet us at that tavern, and then we can go. So it all worked out. We met her there. She was super nice. Hopped in the car, and then I had Jen drive because I have that like nerve thing in my leg, and if I sit on my butt too long, it like acts up. And I was like, Jen, can you please drive? I'm like, because I got to run tomorrow. I was like, I know you do too, but like my leg. So
I get that.
Shout out to Jen for driving the entire way. We did make one stop at a rest area, and we were all like walking a little tenderly, especially her name's Doreen. I felt bad. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, how's she going to run another full tomorrow? So we made the trek and then we drove all the way over to Kalamazoo. We went right to the race pickup because the other thing that I didn't realize was that we lose an hour because the time zones.
Oh my God. I think I forgot about that. I did.
Yeah. I figured it out before we left, thankfully, because I was like looking at like, I don't know how I figured it, but I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Wisconsin and Illinois are in central time zone. And Indiana and Michigan are in Eastern. So I was like, oh God, I'm like, we have to leave here by this time because we're losing an hour and the expo closes at 6 and all this stuff. So Jen didn't even, when I told her that, she was like, oh my God, I wouldn't have never even thought of that. But it was funny because like we were driving through, so we were in Wisconsin, down back into Illinois, and then we were in Indiana. And like there's one little part of Indiana that's in the Eastern time zone, but the rest of it is in Central. It's so weird.
Really weird.
Yeah. So we're like driving through Indiana, and then it was like the clocks changed, and then we were an hour ahead. And then we finally got into Michigan, got to Kalamazoo, went to the park, picked all our stuff up, and that's where they had like the big flag of all the states, and you could go sign the flag for whatever state if you were one of the first 50 to sign or claim your state, I guess. With that's how they called it.
Yeah.
So got our marker, and all three of us were states. So
nice.
This is the other funny part. The woman that we drove, turns out she's from Arlington, Massachusetts.
Wow.
So I'm like, what are the odds that it was another New Englander that was
coordinated the whole time and just made like a big girls trip?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, man, we could have just got a hotel, all three of us, and split it 3 ways. But so she was from Arlington, Mass. So she was the Massachusetts recipient. So she got her full marathon refunded in Wisconsin. And then Jen and I got the half back. So we got Vermont, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts all together.
Love
it. So the New England states were repped. So we picked our stuff up, and Jen and I got like a special bib for the Kalamazoo race, Michigan race. It was the half marathoners had like a yellow strip across theirs, but ours was just all white. And then it said like Mittens challenge on the bottom.
Cool.
Yeah. So it was funny on race day morning. We're looking around and we're like, nobody else has one of these bibs. Are we the only 2 idiots here? Like literally, no, we didn't find one other person that had
at all. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I know that when I did it, like I think I had a special bib too, and I found very few, maybe like 2 or 3. Like there was not a lot at all. And I don't blame them because it's not the smartest thing in the world. But hey, it's fun.
Right? I know. I kind of wanted to email them to ask them how many people actually did it. But yeah, so from there we drove Doreen to her hotel because she was kind of at the opposite. She ended up giving us $100 too.
Oh, no way.
I was like, what's she like $40, 50? And she threw us $100 bill because I guess she said that if she was going to take an Uber, that was like her last resort. It was going to cost her $160 to Uber from
it's actually
Wisconsin
not as
to
bad
Michigan.
as I was expecting. I was expecting like way worse than that.
Yeah,
so, all
I know, right?
There you go.
Yeah, so we were like, oh, we'll take it. So we up $100 on the trip.
Yep, buy you some dinner and gas. There you go.
Yeah, and gas. Yeah, right. So then we dropped her off, and then we went and checked in our hotel in Kalamazoo down the road, and we went out to dinner. We found a place. It was called like the Backyard Barn or something. It was really cool. It was like on this. It was in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
But they had pickle pizza, and Jen and I were both like, "Oh my God, we need the pickle pizza." So we got a pickle pizza, couple Diet Cokes, and we were good to go.
Are you on the Diet Coke train like Beard and Jess Lindemann are? Like I know they are like hardcore Diet Coke fans.
Newly. So this is just since March.
Okay.
I had a Diet Coke for the first time in probably like 20 years, and it just hit so hard, and now I can't stop.
I have tried so hard to get into Diet Coke, and I just can't because I can tell it doesn't have the good, like I want the sugar. If I want a Coke, I want a full sugar Coke.
So that's how I was. Like if I were to have a soda, I would go for the Coke. But then I was like, man, this is like, yeah, you should. I don't know what it was. I was super hungover. I went on that girls trip.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Yeah. And I was like dying, and I was like, I need something other than water. And one of the girls had like a 12-pack of Diet Coke, and I was like, I'm just going to have one of these. And I chugged it, and I was just like, I had this new life, and I was like, oh my God. And I drank another one right after it, and I haven't been able to stop since.
All right.
Yeah.
Slippery slope, Ptara.
It really is. Yeah. Like Jen and I were in the airport coming home on Sunday, and I'm looking at McDonald's, and I was like, you want a Diet Coke on draft? And she's like, I do. Yeah,
they always taste better that way.
They really do. So I got one like when we went out to dinner. I got one at the airport. I had one at work today. I had to go into work, and they had canned Diet. I was like, oh my God, this is a problem. So yes, I am now addicted to Diet Cokes.
You're in good company though. I mean, if Diet, you got to call them what do they call them? The fridge siggies or something?
Yes.
Fridge siggy.
Yes. Yeah. I haven't bought any for the house yet, but it's real soon. It's happening.
It's only a matter of
time. It's going to happen. Yes. So we had dinner. We went back to the hotel, went to sleep. And so the next day, the marathon started at 7. They had like waves. So the marathon started at 7.
Okay.
The half marathon started at 8:05. But like in between there, they had like a half marathon relay. They had a 5K, a 10K.
Oh, wow.
So I wake up and I have a text message from that woman, Doreen, and she couldn't find an Uber. And she was like,
how far away was she?
Yeah, she was probably like 5 miles.
No.
Yeah,
oh, no.
maybe a little bit more. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. I'm like, I don't know what to do. But we were in opposite directions. Like the race was here and she was over to the east and we were to the west.
Right.
So we were like 25 minutes away from her.
Oh,
so I was like talking to Jen and I was like, I feel like, because she's like, is there any way you guys can come get me? And I don't think that she knew that we had different start times. But long story short, she ended up finally getting an Uber, and I guess she got there late, but they let her start. So she got her race in, and she ran like a 4:30 on
that's awesome.
Tired legs. I know. Yeah. I was like, and she was doing it because her birthday was the 28th and she turned 50. So she wanted to run 50 miles on her birthday. But she was like, what the heck? I might as well do back-to-back marathons.
Close enough, Doreen. Way to go.
Yes. So I was like, you are my kind of people. So
well, I'm glad she found a ride, because otherwise she would have been doing a 50K on her like 50th birthday or close enough. And
I know. I felt so bad because I was like, let's just go. We left, and I was like, we didn't rush ourselves, because I was like, let's not like ruin our race or anything. And I'm like, if she still doesn't have a ride, we'll grab her. But she ended up texting when we were like halfway there, and she's like, I ended up getting an Uber. I'm going to be late, but hopefully they let me start. So
gotcha.
It was a little bit warmer on Sunday. I think that was just because we didn't have that wind. But Jen and I had our matching. We had last year's Millennium singlets on.
Very nice. So, how are you both feeling after doing the race the day before? Were you guys like, did you sleep well? Did you actually get to rest and wake up feeling decent?
We chilled. We were very relaxed. We went to bed early. I slept so good on Saturday night. Jen did not sleep as well. We don't know why. But I woke up and I was like feeling good. My legs were a little tight, and I had Jen, she taped my like hamstring and like my butt area. So, and I really do think that helped, but
good.
I was like, knock on wood. I'm like, I feel kind of good right now. So we were like, all right. But we were both kind of like, oh God, like, I don't know how this is going to go.
Right. Well, at least you have matching outfits for the next day too. So you guys are looking sharp.
Yeah. And then we had, sitting in the car waiting and, applying the glitter to the face because, gotta have glitter.
Gotta have the glitter, yes.
Yeah. And then we were like, all right, we'll walk over. So we walked over and then we got into our corral, and her and I are both looking at each other. And that's when we were like, nobody else has a bib like ours. We're like, we're the only ones. Yeah, right.
Badasses.
I was like, all these people have fresh legs and we do not. I was like, what is wrong? What is wrong with us? But they had, there was a team of people pushing a young man in a wheelchair, and they went out 5 minutes. They went out at 8:00, so we got to cheer them on. It was really cool to see them go. And so they went out, and then the gun went off, and Jen and I are like, let's go full send.
This is so it though. We were back half. You're on the back 9.
Yeah, exactly. So we were just gonna like go on feel. And her and I are kind of like, we're so similar, which is awesome to have somebody like that you can, run similar paces to.
Yeah.
And we were like, let's just do the same thing as yesterday. And if we have to walk, we have to walk. So we like started out, we were running a little bit, and then we were like, I'm like, I feel pretty good. And she's like, I do too. And I was like, all right. I'm like, let's just keep going. And then did you guys run into that football stadium?
We did.
That was so
like
cool.
The coolest. Was that like the first mile? It was like
I think it was like right after mile 2.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I knew it was like right in the beginning, but
yeah. And
awesome.
I think that kind of gave us like a little extra like adrenaline, because I was like, wait, what are we doing? And the mascot was there as Western Michigan. So he was there, which I don't know if you remember this, but it was very tight getting into that stadium. So it kind of like jumbled us a little bit.
Single file line.
Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then we ran down onto the field under the tunnel, and then we ran around the whole field, and they had like a MC in there, and he was like hyping everybody up. They had music going and the mascot. And I was like,
did you get onto the big screen that they had? Were they doing the video?
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. They had that. And then Jen at one point, she was like, Tara, slow down. I think you're just really excited. And I was like, this is so cool.
It's hard not to get carried away with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. And then like, so we were like pumped up coming out of the stadium, and I was like, oh, I didn't even know. I'm like, I saw on the map that we were like going near it, but I didn't realize we were going in the stadium. So, so we like ran out of the stadium, and then maybe like a half mile later, we're turning down this road. You take a left, and then you take your first right, and they had donuts. So they had tables of donuts, and I was like, wait, what? But I'm like, this is a 5K and I can't be ripping donuts. And I'm like, no. So I was like, that's amazing. I'm like, maybe I'll come back.
I got to tell you a quick story. I do remember having donuts. Somebody had like a big box of donut holes, and I just like reached in and grabbed one. And this is as we were going, like, I think it was going up a hill of some sort.
Yep.
I grabbed a freaking powdered sugar donut, put it in my mouth, and just like cough out like this big puff of like powdered sugar. And I was like choking on it because I was not prepared for it to be that dry. I had a bad time up that hill, but I hope yours went a little bit better.
Well, that's why I was like, man, I'm like, they're handing out donuts and there's this like hill. I was like, I can't. But I was like, that's really cool. I've never seen like donuts on a friggin' race course. So here I am, like maybe 4 miles in, and I was like, this race is so fun. So, and the crowd support was awesome. It was like we were in random neighborhoods and there was just people out in their front yards, and they had like official water stops, but they had like, there was people that had like unofficial, like that were just doing it on their own. There was people there was a fireball table. There was a Guinness table. There was like a Catholic school that was handing out bacon at the top of a hill. And their mascot was there, like a giant leprechaun.
This is giving me flying pig vibes. Like that's all over the place.
Yeah, there was so much stuff, and people were just out cheering, and like it was just really cool. Like I was just like fully like invested in this race the whole time, and it was like I was never bored, and it was just like something going on the whole time.
That's good.
And yeah, and we were doing good, and then all of a sudden at like mile 5, Jen's like, "How's your leg?" And I was like, "Well," I go, "My leg's okay, I think, but I got something going on with my toe, and I think that's why I'm not thinking about my leg."
Wait, what happened?
And she's
to
like,
your toe?
she's like, "What do you mean?" And I go, "I don't know. I think like my sock is bunched up on my big toe on my right foot."
The worst.
And I was like, every step I take, it hurts.
Oh,
and she's like, "Do you want to stop?" And I was like, "Nope." I go, "I feel great. Let's just go." So I was like, whatever. And I was like, it's distracting from my hamstring, so I'm gonna run with it.
I mean, it is one of those like, could be worse, but this is what we get. So
yeah, exactly. So we just kept going, and next thing you know, we're checking off mile 7, mile 8, mile 9, and Jen and I are like, I can't believe we're doing this, and I'm like, we're really doing this, and we're running like 9:30s.
That's
and
incredible.
I'm just like, I'm like, dude, I'm like, what's up with us? I'm like, this is awesome. So then, we're just running the course. And then I think it was the last like 2 miles. It was like a gradual downhill, and it was the most beautiful thing in the world. And I was just so excited. And I was like, this is amazing. And it was like a scenic downhill. I don't even know. It was kind of like you were in a park or something, but it was a quiet road, and it was just downhill. And then like the last half mile was flat. And then you came into the finish line, and we ran the whole thing, and we were a minute faster than the day before.
Holy shit. You negative split your back to back.
Yeah. And I literally had like tears in my eyes, because I was just like, I can't believe I just did that, And it's like, not that I doubted myself, but I was like, I think I can do it, but I don't know if I can. And then it's like, you actually do it, and you're just like, holy shit, I just did that. And I was so excited. But Jen was like, we're not sprinting the 12th mile, are we? Like we did the day before. I was like, no, we are not sprinting.
So you still managed to run it faster without like just doing whatever pace your body wanted to do. That's so awesome.
Yeah. And it was hillier too. And but I think I do like rolling hills. I really do. So, and I think I do better on rolling hills.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I feel like it was a more challenging course too, which was like so cool. I think we were like a minute and a half faster, which was just like, and so then once we like finished, they give you your medal for the half marathon, and then you get your second medal so ours was called the half and half challenge. So we got our half and half medal. And then once we were like walking out, there was probably one of the best displays of food and drinks I've seen at a race. So they were handing out chocolate milks. They had pizza, they had the donut holes, they had bananas, granola bars. Like it was just everything. And I was just like, I was trying to take I was like a chipmunk. I'm like throwing things in my cheek. I'm like,
okay, I got
7 munchkins over here. Yeah. I got 4 bananas under my arm. I got 2 chocolate milks. I got waters. I was like, this is great. So it was such a cool feeling to do something and accomplish something like that, because I'd never done it before and I didn't know what to expect. So
I love that.
I do think that like the weather played a huge part in it, because it was like, for the most part, it was perfect. Like both days, the temperature, granted, the wind on day 1 was a little challenging, but it wasn't like our Myrtle race It wasn't scorching hot humidity and 72
You're breathing
degrees.
in clouds of like humid,
Yeah, smog.
humid air.
Yeah. So it was great. It was awesome. And then we ended up we went back to the hotel. We had got another late checkout, showered, packed our stuff, and then we had to drive 2 hours and 15 minutes back to
Man,
Chicago.
That really is like such a short amount of time. Like, did you like the amount of time that you spent, or do you wish you actually had more time to spend in the area?
I think it was perfect, honestly, because it wasn't like you had to go find things to do. Like we were there to run. We ran.
You had
and then we had
you had your tasks.
Yeah. And we had we didn't have any extra downtime or anything. And we had the time in Chicago because we had a 7:30 flight at night, and we left Kalamazoo and we gained an hour because we were going back into that time zone.
What a mind fuck.
Yeah, I know. It was so wild because I was like, wait, what time am I getting home? I don't even know. I was like, I'm leaving my time zone and going to Central Time to come back to Eastern Time. So, so we went to downtown Chicago, which thank Jen again for driving. I was like, I am not driving into Chicago. And she went to college in Boston, and she's like, oh, I'll do it. I drive into out of Boston all the time. And I was like, thank God.
She's our volunteer. Like if we ever have to drive anywhere, I'm Jen, we love you.
We were trying to get into a parking garage while I was driving, and I couldn't get the ticket out of the thing, and I was freaking out because I thought the bar was going to come down in the car, and she's laughing hysterically at me, and my heart rate's at 130, and she's like, we haven't even done it. I was like, that was so stressful. I was like, I need to sit here for a minute.
Again.
I was like, she's like, that was just parking. And I was like, I know. So, but she got us into downtown Chicago. We parked in, I think it's Millennial Garage. And we went down to, I think it's Millennial Park where the Bean is.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about because we will find out soon enough on our walk to the start line when we go to Chicago this year.
Yes.
You'll see just the underground, you can drive right on that avenue and go right under the parking garage is basically right under the street, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So it makes it super easy to park, but I never get a car there. There are Ubers aplenty.
Oh yeah. No, we wouldn't have. I mean, if we were staying in the city.
Totally understand.
But so we had 5 hours to kill before our flight.
Tell me about your day. Tell me about your first impressions of Chicago, one of my favorite places on the planet.
Yeah, no, it was great. We just didn't really know where we were going, so we were like, let's go see the Bean because both her and I had never been there. So we parked there and then we walked around a little bit and we were kind of like, okay, where do we go now? And we didn't really know what to do, but we were hungry. So we went to some place right below the Bean. It was an outdoor area. So we sat down, had some nachos, and we both got a margarita because it was a beautiful day out. And it was funny because we asked the waitress, we're like, can you just split it down the middle? She's like, yeah, sure. So we got 2 margaritas, nachos with, I think, ground beef on it. She came over to me with her little handheld thing to pay, and it was $38. And I was like, oh, I'm like, she didn't split it. And she goes, no, that is split.
Oh, no.
$76.
Wait, for 2 margaritas?
For 2 margaritas. And I was like, really? And she goes, yeah. She's like, it's a tourist trap down here.
Oh,
and I was like, oh my God. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm like, I just assumed the $38. That's standard. But I was
normally
like, oh my
anywhere
God.
else.
Yeah, $76.
Yeah.
That wasn't even with a tip.
Chicago ain't cheap at all.
Well, it was $40 for the parking garage for 2 hours.
For 2 hours?
2 hours, $40.
Yeah, this is why, never ever bring a car back to Chicago because especially if you have to valet park it, that's going to be out of this world. $75 a day, I think it is, something like that. Ridiculous.
No. So then after that, we were like, I guess we can go walk around a little bit. So we were trying to find a sports store because I was like, oh, maybe they have some Chicago Marathon stuff out. We went to a place, I think it was called JD's, but it was kind of like a Foot Locker. And then we just kept walking and we found a chocolate store. So we went into the chocolate store and I bought $20 worth of chocolate, which was not a lot. It was 4 pieces.
Oh no.
And then we just kept walking and we saw the Chicago sign at the Playhouse maybe? I don't even remember, but it's the red. It says Chicago. I think it's
you're on State Street or something like that. I know what you're talking about. That is a staple of the marathon. We run by that at one point. So
awesome.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So we basically walked 2 miles because we were just kind of exploring and wasting time. And then we kind of just didn't really know where else to go. So we're like, I guess we could just go because it was, I think it was 40 minutes to get to the airport from where we were. Because I think there was a little bit of traffic and stuff.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. So we were like, well, I guess we'll just go back. So that's what we just kind of hung out for. I think we were there. We were only there for 2 hours, but it was fun because it was super busy. Got some pictures in front of the bean.
Yeah.
Went and found our hotel that we're staying at. And it was just kind of cool to see the city. And it was just like, it was wild driving in there because it's like so massive, and it was just really cool. And I'd never been there before. So getting a sneak peek for our
pumped.
Chicago Marathon weekend. I know, me too.
And I will totally be your tour guide once we get out there, which I'm just so excited to. I love to share my love for it, if that makes any sense at all. It's just so much fun for me because I'm like, ooh, we got to try this. Like I will give you a sample itinerary and you guys can tell me what you want to do, and we can totally rest our legs, or we can go walking because you know me, I'm like, I'll do whatever the hell you guys want to do. And
oh yeah, we're down. We want to take it all in.
We're already doing the 5K on day before the marathon, so this is months away.
I know,
we
right?
don't have to worry about it yet, but
I'm trained for it.
Hey, technically yes you are.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. So then we made it back to the airport, but we had to stop. So we got gas in like Indiana because it was like $3.89. So we're like, let's fill up here. But then going from there to Chicago, we kind of, I don't know, maybe like a quarter of a tank.
Top it off a little bit
Yeah,
more.
so we had to top it off, but we ended up finding gas for, I don't know, it was like $4 outside of Chicago. So
better than most places.
Yeah, better than the $5.49 when it was like right in downtown Chicago. I'm like, that is ridiculous.
Yep.
But we didn't have any issues like getting back to the airport, returning the car. But we did have kind of, that airport is, oh my God.
It's enormous. It's huge.
It's so big. And then we like got to our gate, we sat down, we had leftover pizza from the night before, so we had that for dinner. And then we were sitting there, and then our flight just kept getting delayed.
Wait,
delayed.
Why? Did you have bad weather, or like was it just? Oh, did you have to wait for the plane to get to you first? So
yes,
something on that end.
So the plane coming in was late, 2 hours late, leaving the place that it was coming.
Okay.
So our flight was supposed to leave at 7:30, and then it got all the way up to like 8:20.
Oh no.
And it was still delayed. And then all of a sudden they come on the speaker and they were like, everybody on flight 729 to Manchester, we've changed your gate. So you're going to have to go to gate L something. And we were in H. We walked almost a mile.
Oh my God.
To get to the new gate. And I was just like, are you kidding me? So we get over there, and then the plane's there. We finally get on the plane at like 8:40.
Okay.
So we're like an hour and 10 behind.
Yeah.
And then we get on the plane, and the guy was like, the pilot, he's like, well, I'm sorry about the long walk, but the plane that we were supposed to get on was making a weird noise while I was in the air, and I just didn't feel.
Don't say that.
Yeah, I know. I was like,
just say
what?
Make up a different excuse.
Yeah. And he's like, and I called corporate, and they found this plane for us, so I feel much safer on this plane. And I was just like, oh my God. I'm like, there's got to be somebody on this plane that's going to get off because they're freaking out now. But but we didn't like get in the air until 9:00. So our flight was supposed to get into Manchester at 10:50, and we didn't get in until like 11:50. So
yeah,
an hour later.
Manchester. So at least you live very close to there.
Yes,
you didn't have to
that was
drive to Boston.
The one good thing was that it was
Boston.
direct. Yeah, it was direct, and we didn't have any issues other than that. So overall, it was an awesome trip. I would highly recommend if anybody out there is trying to do the 50 states. It was so much fun. It was probably I'm going to put it in my top 3 just because it was just such a fun, packed weekend. And I just had a blast with Jen. Like, she's awesome. I would travel everywhere in the world with her. She's so easy, and we're like so similar.
I love that.
And we get along so well. Like, imagine like a 3.5 hour car ride of just like laughing and singing, and like there was never a dull moment.
That's the best.
Yeah. And there was like no downtime. Like, we didn't have to like, like sometimes you do a race and like you get in on Friday, you leave Sunday, the race is Saturday.
Yeah.
Like after the race, you have to like find stuff to do all night.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like overwhelming. And then it's like, do I just hang out, or you feel like you have to go do things because you're there?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have any time to do anything. And it was kind of nice because we just like, we were there to run, and we ran, but we also like, we had dinner a couple nights, and we had that,
your itinerary. Yep.
Yeah.
You had to stick to it, or else you would have been late.
Yeah, we had the 2 hours in Chicago, which was plenty.
Yep.
But it was just so much fun. And then you come home with the 3 medals and 2 states. Boom. So
beautiful.
It was a blast. I would totally do it again too. Like, if I repeat anything, I would totally do that again.
Oh yeah.
But I think it would be so much fun to do it with like maybe 4 people, like a couple more people.
God. That would be really fun. Yep.
Yeah. So
Yep. I'm just a little jealous that you got a shorter course for for Kalamazoo. As much I did really enjoy that one too. But y- with the full marathon, since it's not loops, they take you out like it's more industrial, if that makes sense. So you get out of those neighborhoods where it's like cute and hilly and you get all the aid stations, and then you're like, oh, I'm running by this giant ass building, and like there's nothing really to see. You don't really get the crowd support in the back half. So I think the way you did it was perfect. And
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give you props for doing back-to-back marathons. I don't know how you did that, or anybody else who does that. That's amazing. So
if you got some ultra training in you, then you're all set.
True. Yeah. I mean, I honestly, when I got home Sunday night, granted I didn't get home until like a little bit after 12:15, 12:20.
Yeah.
Went to bed. I got 5 hours of sleep because I had to work at 7 on Monday morning. I probably could have run another half marathon Monday morning.
See?
Like that's how decent I felt.
Good.
And I was like, now I'm like, oh my God, 777. It's on my radar.
See? It's even better too when you just go into it in the beginning, just saying like, I'm just here for fun. I don't need to hit any splits. I just am going to run whatever my body wants to do. If I want to walk, I'm going to walk. If I want to run, I'm going to run. And you just soak it all in. And that just is mentally so much better to help you feel better throughout the whole thing. So there was zero expectations.
And I think that was the thing. I'm like, I just need to get the 2 states. So if I walk the whole thing, I walk the whole thing. But obviously, you kind of, I mean, I do this. I put not pressure, but like, okay, I would love to run both of these. I'd love to run these back to back and not like, I'm not saying I didn't walk like some of the water stations. I had to walk to get the water, but then you keep going. But it was just like for me to do something like that. And it's just like, one of those, like, I'm just very proud of myself, and I have no problem saying that I'm proud of myself because it's just like everything that I've overcome and been through, and like having back surgery and not knowing.
Huge.
Yeah, I was just like, I'm a week later, and I'm still like, fuck, I can't believe I did that. Like, it's just so cool.
Proud. We're proud of you, me
thanks.
Especially, because I know it's such a it just gets in your head, and just to break through that barrier.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So, and we're gonna do October, the I-35 challenge.
Oh, I'm pumped about this one. I love the back-to-back thing. And I'm so glad like this is going to be a bigger group of girls for the trip. And I'm like, are you guys sure it's okay if I do marathons? Like, because I'm going to be the one who's like the slower of the group just because I have more to do. But if you guys don't care, if you guys don't care, we'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there cheering you on. So that one is what, Iowa and Missouri? Right?
Yeah, you run Des Moines and then Kansas City.
Kansas City,
Yep.
That one will be fun. I feel like that one might be like a little bit more big because of like the cities.
Like
those
Kansas are the bigger ones. Yeah. There's a few thousand people who do those. And
is it the Kansas City one that's put on by Garmin too? I think it is, or Des Moines. One of them is like put on by like Garmin is like the sponsor.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, so maybe they'll give us free watches.
Oh, if only.
Yeah, right. Doubtful.
I mean, Kansas didn't do that.
No, they
Garmin
didn't.
Marathon.
So yeah,
I'm still a little butthurt about my Garmin marathon.
Oh yeah, because yours was short. Yeah. Eek.
Yeah.
That was the other thing about these 2 races. They were 13.25, which I'll take that. Like I would love 13.
Not running the tangents or whatever.
Exactly.
A little extra whatever. But I mean, that's how it should come out. I mean, be prepared for Chicago. I always run like 26.7 miles.
Oh God.
26.5, somewhere in there. So you're gonna get it'll be an ultra day for sure.
Yeah. Oh great. Yeah. I know. I feel like the last couple half marathons I've run have been like 13.4, 13.35, and I'm like, can we get closer to the 13.1, please? Thank you. Like maybe nice, 13.15. That would be great.
Oh yeah, so. just enough to pay the Strava tax.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, they were both. It was great. So 5 out of 5.
Fun.
Loved it. Yep, loved it. So
I'm so pumped.
Yeah, but
Any other things you want to add to, like, this was just supposed to be a quick, well, not a quick, but like a shoot the shit kind of day. So anything else going on in your life?
No, I'm hopping, like I said, today's Thursday. Tomorrow is May 1st. Yep. Hopping on a plane tomorrow again.
It's gonna be May.
Yes.
Let my millennial soul live forever.
Yes. But I think there's 5 of us going on this one.
Awesome.
So Holly, Jen, Carly, myself, and Charla.
Awesome.
So we all have matching shirts, and we are just gonna party pace it on Saturday. Again, have fun. And I'm super stoked to run in the Brickyard, the Indy 500 racetrack.
Make sure
That's gonna
you
be
take lots
interesting
of
because
pictures and take
yes.
a stoolie with you because Eric will.
Oh yeah,
will love that.
Put him in the Brickyard. I'll put him on the bricks.
Yeah.
I'll kiss the bricks at the end. So that's what the winners do. They kneel down and they kiss the bricks on the finish line or start line, finish line. But if anybody knows NASCAR, but like racetracks are like slant, like very pitched. So I'm trying to picture all of us running on the inside because it's like we can't run up top because it's like running on a mountain. So I was like, I wonder if it's going to be congested inside the racetrack, like if it's going to be single file because it's really, but I don't know, like it's got to be flat for like maybe one. I don't know. Maybe they do like 4 or 5 wide, but this race is going to be packed. So it's sold out and it's I guess, I don't know, some magazine called it the best half marathon in the country. So
it's probably
I'll report back
race
on that.
Raves or something. Yeah. I definitely need an Indiana, and I will keep my options open, but only from once I get the intel from you. But you guys mentioned that you're doing matching shirts. What are you guys doing for matching shirts?
So we have like this term that we call we say we're like, we're all gas, no brakes. Because we're literally, we just go. Yeah. So I was like, we should make shirts because we're doing the Indy, like it's a race car theme.
That's cute.
We have tank tops and they say all gas, no brakes. And it's a race car on a racetrack with a runner in front of it with the checkered flag. So I'll definitely share a picture.
Please do.
Yeah. But so we got those and we're just going to have fun. We're going to dinner tomorrow night. We got a reservation for 5 p.m.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Going to the expo, going to dinner. Well, it was either 5 or 7:30 because every place is like packed. So we're like, we'll just do 5. So we're doing expo, dinner, and then the race is I think it's at 7:55 Saturday morning. So
very nice.
Yeah. And then we're going to go explore downtown Indiana. And we have a couple of us, I think Carly's leaving at like 6 a.m. Sunday. We have a 6:45 flight. Charlotte's staying till 5:30 p.m. She's like you. She's not a good morning person.
No. Well, you guys are making me into a morning person. I figured out the rest of my plans for Grandma's marathon. So you are just going to be traveling a lot this summer.
Oh yeah.
But that's going to be a couple trips down the road. But I know I
still
plan everything.
I have three flights still to book. 3 more trips.
Yep.
So
we got to talk about Chicago too. Do not go to O'Hare. We can go from Manchester to Midway, and it's super easy.
Yeah, we got to check those. The flights are expensive though, so hopefully they drop down.
I've been holding off, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. So yeah, that was it. The Mittens challenge, and shout out to Justin, friggin' FOMO, hopped on a plane.
I still can't believe that.
I know.
I did follow along a little bit on his Facebook.
So he had that fake cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
He left it in his rental car, and they charged him for smoking.
Are you serious?
So serious. He's like, they charged me for smoking. I left my fake cigarette.
Hysterical.
He had to he disputed the charge, and he had to send them a receipt from Amazon of the fake cigarette. And they ended up taking it, but it was $100 that they charged him, but they took it off.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if it was $100, I would be like, nah, this is I'll go through these hoops, whatever.
But I'm like, who's the person that didn't, I don't know. Would you not know that was a fake cigarette? It literally had it was burning on the end of it. Do you think the guy just left a cigarette burning in the car? Pay a little bit more attention.
Smell like smoke in here, but you were totally smoking.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably just an excuse and hoping that he wasn't going to dispute it.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Oh man, I gotta say, Tara, I'm so proud of you for just you're putting your body to the test. You have it in you. You do.
Yeah, you know what?
Challenge.
You got to do the scary things because then you'll never know. So surprise yourself. And now I want to do I'm excited for the I-35 challenge. I was back to back ones are fun. Watch, I'll probably be a disaster on that one, but it's great. This one went well, so I'm happy with that.
Well, I'll try to be worse than you, so then you won't be the total worst.
I'm telling you, if the weather I think weather is my number one factor. If I have good weather, I'm gonna have a good race.
Good.
So I just need the weather to be on my side, and we'll be good. So.
Let the weather god smile upon us whenever we are doing our runs, but chances are it's going to be too cold for me if it's perfect for you.
Yeah, I
I'll
know.
be freezing cold. So
Yep.
we'll just see how that works. But
Yes.
oh man, I'm so happy you jumped on with me today, and we could just get a little recap, because I was super curious to hear how you liked this race and the race is. And I'm so happy that you like it and you would even do it again. That's high praise.
Yeah, thanks for the recommendation.
Pleasure.
I'm so happy that we went and did it and it was successful. So
yeah,
thank you.
You can definitely call it a success.
Yeah.
So we will wrap this thing up, because I know you got some fun dinner plans going on tonight. Happy birthday, Matt.
Happy birthday, Matt. Shout out. 53. Old man.
No shit. He does not. He looks great.
I know, right?
Whatever he's doing, have him.
He looks like he's 43.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he looked 53, I probably wouldn't be dating him. I'm just kidding.
I'm like, is he sitting in your living room somewhere? Like,
that was really vain. Oh my God.
Don't worry. But on that note, we will wrap things up.
Yes.
But thank you guys for listening. You know we love you.
Never trust a fart.
Don't fear the code brown. And don't forget to stretch.